Hello, friends. I am coming at you today to talk about being great. So we are going to get into the first um, bit of information here on being great, and not only being great, but actually bringing out the genius in us. So there's genius in every man and woman waiting to be brought forth. Everything you've heard before that we need is already within us. So what genius is omniscience and God flowing within us. Genius is more than talent. Genius is, more than skills. It's more than what we can do physically, more than what we, know, more than our knowledge. Genius is the union of man and God in the acts of the soul. So when it comes to the soul level, and when you're connecting with that power that exists there, the science of getting rich, all Wallace Wattles books calls it the principle of power that is within us. And if you are seeking to connect with that power and you're consciously doing this, then you will be experiencing conscious growth. You will be seeing literally genius things happening, ideas, different things that you will become aware of. You will connect this power, and it is without limits. And it is the way that we can transcend all of our limits physically. Undreamed of possibilities in a seemingly common life. You will begin to see seemingly simple things as a genius piece of this existence. So what genius is that connection to God within us, and also connecting to what's really important in our life, and that is our soul journey, our God within. Connecting to that is vital and so powerful. And I do believe that those that struggle and those that have issues, especially a lot of mental health issues, and I'm not a doctor here, but people that stop growing get sick, go crazy, have issues, because they're holding up an area of their life. When we do this, when we stop growing in certain areas of our life, there's six basic human needs. And when there's any of those that isn't being addressed, then we will begin to feel lost, overwhelmed, worried. We got to come back to the balance and continually advancing in these areas of our life. And today we're going to talk more about the spiritual side and connecting with God within us. So life without progress is unendurable. We were created for growth. We can go back to the science of getting rich again. We were created to grow and to learn new things and to experience this life on a daily basis with unlimited potential, with greatness, with fulfillment and happiness. So some of us are better at some things than others. So you can think of a plant, you can think of that analogy. You can think of, there's vines that decorate lattice and decorate walls, and they're beautiful climbing vines, and they do all this really cool stuff, growing up things and decorating buildings and that kind of stuff. And then you have things like flowers, like take a lily, and the delicateness and the beauty that a lily brings versus the strength and the what a vine does and what a vine is. Two completely different things, but all necessary and needed, and all a vital and important piece of life. So know that everyone is different, and what is meant for you is not going to be what somebody else is doing. What's meant for you is going to be totally unique and yours. You can become anything you want to be. It doesn't matter how old you are. There are no limits. It doesn't matter what you've been doing, what you want to do. If you have the desire, then you can become great at anything. You can do anything you want, and and there's literally limitless potential. We are not controlled by our circumstances. We are not controlled by our environment. Life does not just happen to us. We have got to look and become self-aware and connect to this principle of power within us. So how do we do that? A lot of ways you already know: in meditation, in prayer, in reading books, books like The Science of Getting Rich, How Is That Working? Reading books like these and filling your mind with information that is helpful versus not helpful. And also, a part of this is accepting that you are human, and accepting that there will always be that separation between our physical person and our principle of power, the God, the universe, who we are, what we cannot see. And when we accept that and realize that there's basically several different realms, there's not only the physical and the spiritual, there's all kinds of other frequencies and realms in this universe and in the world that we live in. So just knowing that we're not going to understand it all, and there's going to be a lot of things in life that we can't explain and that we don't understand, realizing that there is different pieces of our life, right? That, there's the physical side, and then if we need to remove ourselves from that, we've been given the option, the choice to grow our mind and our spirit, and access that genius and that God within us. So what are some other things that I do? I routinely focus on my self-care, and I give to myself priority and valuable care each day. From the basic things like a shower. I struggle with things that you might not struggle with when it comes to my health issues and physical issues. So I do put in some time growing myself in areas that I add more to that, because I know I have to compensate for areas where I am weak. So I don't work on strengthening my weak areas. And that's, another thing here that you are absolutely can help you in this, and in connecting with the spirit within and with the God within, is realizing that there's no physical act that we can do to access this principle within, this genius, this God within us. There's no physical thing we actually need to do. Our awakening and our spiritual awareness and journey comes to us. I have really, really been able to see that vision lately, that this is a journey that is coming to me. It's nothing that I have to do special things for to connect with or be on. It's just already there. We're all on a spiritual journey, whether we realize it or not. A soul journey is what I like to call it. We all have a soul. We all have our beliefs and an awareness and a consciousness that, explains how we got here. Now, everyone explains it a little bit differently, so I'm not going to get caught up in what people label it as, but your soul journey, opening up this principle within you and this genius within you, opens up your heart to a more heart of service and of giving, a desire to raise the consciousness of not only yourself and your family and friends around you, but the world. That desire will come up to begin to share these things with the world, because this is a miracle. This is an amazing miracle that we have the choice to access this power within us, this genius, connecting to God and having that soul journey can be a huge piece of our strength each day. I know it is in mine. It is vital for me to awaken this power every morning within me, and I do meditate in the mornings, and then I always evaluating my beliefs and what I believe, and whether it is serving my life journey, my soul journey, whether it is serving my life's purpose or not, and then what I need to look at if it's not. I have come to beliefs that I've had for many, many years that I now look at And, a lot of things I just once believed, I've realized are not true. And I've had to choose to let those things go to be able to accept the truth that I do have now. So, it's not, God hasn't called me to quit people, but God did clearly call me to quit church, quit religion, the habit of connecting to a higher consciousness and God for just like 1 hour a week. That's what I've quit doing, only on Sundays, going somewhere else and to someone else for my conversation with God versus going to God. God says, talk to me and talk to me first and make every day a Sunday. And so that's just been my goal. And that's, leaving the church and leaving religion has helped me in so many areas do that. And, there was a long time where I needed that. And that was a big part of helping my life. However, I do see now that there is a spiritual and a soul journey for everyone, and it's different for everyone. And for us to expect other people to do what we're doing, like winning souls and, well, you need to come to church with me. I absolutely see that is not the way it works. We are absolutely all already on a soul journey. We all have a soul, right? We all have this genius, this God, this power within us. We're born with it. We are all miracles and geniuses already. It's just awakening that knowledge and connecting each day to that. So I hope that I've inspired you to connect with the genius within you and the God and the creator that brought the miracle of you into this world. And I look forward to talking to you again. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much. And for all of you listening, if you have any questions, you can just unmute yourself and ask, and I'd be happy to chat, or you can send me a message or message in the group. If you're not already in Journey to Freedom, absolutely connect in there. And then, of course, this is in my Freedom Mastery group. So thank you so much for joining, and I wish you the very best for the rest of your week, the best productivity, the best in fulfilling your purpose in life today, in the rest of the week. Bye.